What are you? I'm the gold standard. What's up, bros? Got your host, February B. here with our video, and I just had a long day of work, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about doing this video for a while. Get that Men in Black figure out here. I gotta do a bit of cleaning up, but I wanted to talk to you about Toybiz's gold standard. That's Mattel. I'm going to get to that, but the first thing I want to start off with is Toybiz got their start with the Batman 1989 line, and I'm actually missing a figure from the line real quick. Hold on, wait, give me a minute. Alright, I found it. This is Bob the Goon. Anyways, when I talk about the gold standard for action figures, I'm mostly talking about modern figures that we have today. And there's a lot to go into why there's a gold standard for modern figures. But it all starts with Batman 89. And the reason why I say that, in my last video, I talked about how cool the 90s Kenner Batman figures are. This Batman has become one of my favorites in my collection. I remember when I got all three of these figures, I knocked him over. And the thing is, you're probably wondering is, why is there three different Batmans of the same body? Well, for one, they all have a different head mold because for some reason, Toybiz in 89, they couldn't get the likeness rights in time for the movie before they lost the license. So there's four different variations of Batman from this toy line, but I do not have the fourth variation, which is Box Jaw Batman, which is the first Batman. This is the second Batman figure they put out, and it has more of a comic look than a Michael Keaton look. And I'm going to be honest with you, I love this Batman. I kind of like more of this comic style look. It reminds me of either Batman, well, not Batman Choker, but it reminds me of like a Batman figure from the 90s comics No Man's Land. I like Batman Choker. It kind of has a comic feel look to it, in my opinion. This is the more that you could tell the face by face, it's trying to be close to Michael Keaton, but not exactly Michael Keaton, which is where they fucked up, really. It's really where they fucked up. And I think more about it, and when I talk about the gold standard of like modern action figures, this figure came out in 2018. And it's hard for me to get into what I mean by the gold standard because there's a lot of things, and I maybe want to do a part 2 to this unless I need to extend it longer, then I will. But the gold standard for these figures really come down to, like, for one, look at how accurate this Batman is. This is a accurate Keaton Batman. The utility belt had a gimmick, and I didn't really get into Toybiz Batman last time because there's a lot to go into on Toybiz Batman. For one, Toybiz Batman couldn't fit into his own Batmobile. I just recently found out. And I'll get to that too, because there's a lot to go into on why Toybiz set the gold standard for modern figures. But I really think it's mostly because of the molding and the accuracy to when it comes to like movie-like figures or show-like figures. Look at that molding. They got the cowl down. The bat symbol is the only thing that's not accurate because Michael Keaton's bat symbol had like extra wings on it or whatever. But look at the armor. Look at the utility belt is close enough to what it could be. The gauntlets, the boots. I'm hoping I'm capturing all this. In my opinion, this figure is closer to Michael Keaton's Batman than Kenner was. But people like Kenner Batman, and the only thing is, I'll get to it in a minute. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Hold on. Now, this is not a Kenner review, but this is Kenner's Crime Attack Batman, and yes, it has the wrong cape. I don't have the right cape for it, and when I get it, I will swap it. I don't know which figure's cape this was, but I got it when I got it, so I just been using this long black cape for a Batman cape. But if you compare it to the Toybiz Batman, This Batman is a little more accurate with the utility belt, and it's actually molded on there and not just like a gimmicky piece. But also, the boots have better, probably a little bit better molding. Yeah, maybe a little bit better molding. It's really similar. The only thing is, I feel like that this actually captured more of Keaton's look as costume wise, but this captured Keaton's look and likeness. And I think that's really what set the modern standard because likeness rights were a very high quality thing. Even I think the cowl is better on the Kenner one, but I still like the Toy Biz one because it has some type of charm about it that the Kenner one doesn't. I like Kenner Batman figures. Don't get me wrong. I talked about them last time. I grew up with more of Kenner Batman figures, but later on, like later Christmases, I would get these three Batmans. And I remember one of these Batmans, and I'm pretty sure it's this one I got from my grandmother or whatever, and it came with his grappling hook. It didn't come with his batarang. He has it in his box. He comes with a batarang. I recently just ordered Toybiz Robin, which Toybiz Robin was a part of the same line, but also a separate line. Toybiz made their figures weird. So Robin was a part of the DC Comics superhero line, and Mr. Freeze was a part of that line. Superman was a part of that line. Maybe Wonder Woman and Flash. And then you had Riddler, Mr. Freeze, Penguin, and Two-Face. And those were all Toy Biz figures, a part of this line. But then you had the Batman 89 line, which... And I only have a few of the Toy Biz figures, which is Bob the Goon and then these three Batmans. And I want to get the fourth Batman. I'm going to pass on the Joker because the Joker just looks like a Mexican bootleg Joker. I wish I had the Joker figure to show you how terrible the Joker figure is. But in a way, I have something in place of it that I can show you that resembles it. Hold on. So this Joker was not from that line, but this Joker came from a Superpowers line. I don't really collect Superpowers just because I don't care for this gimmick. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't care for superpower figures, but this is more of like a 70s, 80s Joker from that time. And really what the 89 Batman line did was they took this Joker body and everything, they took the Joker mold, and then they gave him like some type of squirting flower water pump thing and a cane and a hat, which was kind of weird because then and this is from Kenner, this isn't Toy Biz, and I really want the Kenner 89 Joker, which came out in 1990 with the Dark Knight collection. It was called the Dark Knight collection, and this is just their Toy Biz's Batman line. And they basically Toy Biz just used this Joker mold, and then they swap out the head to a weird head. And I really don't care for that Joker figure or having it. I generally, if I really wanted to fully complete this whole line, all I would need is the Joker. Great, those figures just fell over. But all I would need is the Joker and the box head Batman, and I would have the line complete. For the 89 line, I'm not planning on completing the DC Comics Superheroes Toy Biz line because apparently those are bootlegs of the superpowers. And I was also, for example, going to pull the Kenner. Now, there is a few different variations of this penguin, but this is Kenner's superpower penguin because he has this gimmick where you squeeze his legs and and there's also like very different variations, but this is a superpowers penguin from Kenner. And basically, I think they just reused this mold, but they made his eye a little more different on the left, which was kind of weird, but that's the rip-off Kenner superpower molds. And originally, the promo pictures for this Batman, which is interesting, it was an all-black superpowers Batman repaint. It was just a repaint. It wasn't even gonna look like this. And a lot of people in the 80s, and I did my research or whatever, and I watch a lot of YouTubers, apparently they were excited getting that, and then, they didn't, and they got this. And honestly, I really, for years I didn't really care for this figure, and I had it in my collection, But now that I have it in hand and I have this cape on it, which came from a Kenner cape. This isn't the original cape because the original cape on this, and the thing is, actually, no, I didn't get this one from my grandparents. Now I remember. I got the other two from my grandparents. I bought this one with a Batmobile, and he doesn't even fit in the Batmobile. But I bought this one with the Batmobile, and he already had a cape on, but the cape was like one tug and the cape snapped off, So I'm like, oh, I have this Kenner Batman cape on another animated Batman, which I don't really care for. And I'm like, okay, I'll just, you know, I'll put it in here. But for me to talk about the gold standard of action figure, it kind of goes more into this, and I want to call this the Toybiz gold standard of the Batman era, because I feel like a lot of inspiration for later toy lines came from this toy line. Like, for one, let me get this Batman that fell over next to my Alfred that was already down. For one, Toybiz molding and everything had to fail in order for Kenner to succeed, even though Kenner reused their superpower mold and changed it to a Michael Keaton head. Let me focus that in. They changed it to a Michael Keaton head. If that focuses, come on. I hate when it doesn't. Come on, camera. It's not focusing well, but there it is. There it is. But yeah, there it is. They've changed it to a Michael Keaton's head from the Superpowers Batman head. They changed the utility belt molding, and they just made an all-black Batman. There is a blue and gray variant of this Batman that I have because I wanted a blue and gray Batman. And when I get the Toybiz Robin, I want to put that Robin next to a blue and gray 90s Batman. And I plan on making a video on that. But I wanted to make this video and talk more about the gold standard of Toybiz. And now I'm going to talk about this Mattel figure, because to me, this is poetry, and I was thinking about this while I was at work. This was in the back of my mind. Ah, fuck, I'm dropping everything. Come on. Come on, Batman. Okay. It's hard doing this one-handed. It's harder than it looks. Hopefully those don't fall over. Here's Mattel's Batman figure. Now, the thing is, when Mattel, I only got 2 figures from this line. I didn't get the Joker, but the Joker was based off of the Toybiz line, actually. Except it didn't use the Toybiz Joker's head, but it was clearly inspired by the Toybiz Batman line, and so was this. And I think it's poetry, because this was the last line of Batman figures that Mattel were able to make. And it was around his 80, was it his 80th anniversary? I think it was his 80th anniversary or his 75th anniversary. No, it was his 80th anniversary. It was 2018. I would have to look it up, but it was 2018. This was Mattel's last line of figures that they made for Batman. And I have the Poison Ivy. I wish I got the Joker figure that came in this line. And I really have always liked this Batman. This has always been a go-to Mattel Batman for me. And I'm not even before I wasn't even that big of a fan of like 89 Batman, but getting this figure, and I remember my aunt buying me the Poison Ivy and this Batman, I'm pretty sure my aunt and my mom, and I remember getting those figures along with a Nightwing figure that same day from the Batman Missions line. And I really like this figure, and I think the gold standard of modern action figures came from Toybiz. And the reason why I say that is because I will have to go more into detail when I get to my part 2 of why Toybiz set the gold standard. This is just going to be part 1. I think this will be part 1, and honestly it will be, because if you look at it, Toybiz is the reason why more modern action figures have better molding. They have better sculpted molding detail. They get down to detail. And this is where I think the era of collecting really began, which was in the 90s. Collecting began in the 90s. And for me to talk more about why Toybiz set the gold standard, this is just the beginning of why Toybiz set the gold standard. Because then Kenner upped their molding and they made accurate figures. If you look at the animated series Kenner line, It's because of Toy Biz they decided to up their molding. They made accurate animated characters from a cartoon, and they looked like they came straight out of the cartoon. And this is, I know this isn't Toy Biz, but Kenner was inspired to do better on their molding because of Toy Biz. And I think that's interesting. And then you have this Batman, which is clearly it's not based on the Kenner mold. It's based on the Toy Biz mold. Because most 89 Batman figures today are based off of the Michael Keaton mold from the movie. Just from the movie. But you can tell this Batman was more based on the Toy Biz Batman. It doesn't have a Michael Keaton likeness like the Kenner figure. It has Toy Biz Batman. And the thing is, why I say it's poetry, and I'll end this video on this message. And when I do part 2, we'll talk more about Spider-Man. I'm not doing a timeline video, but I want to start from Toy Biz's beginning and then go into their later runs of why they developed the gold standard. This is me talking about the gold standard, and it started with 89 Batman. This is what started them to create the gold standard. And if you look at this figure, this is clearly inspired by Toy Biz Batman. And the articulation of this is inspired off of what Toy Biz has done in the past. And I will get into why. I can't do it in this video because I want to make a two-parter to this, and then I have another video planned. I have so many videos planned, but there's a lot more to go into this, and I want to talk about the Spider-Man the Animated Series figures made by Toy Biz in the 90s. While Kenner was busy with Batman the Animated Series, Toy Biz was busy with Spider-Man the Animated Series, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not too much of a deep reviewer. God damn it, they're gonna keep following me. But I'm not too much of a deep reviewer on going into the articulation. But I'm having fun talking about the history of it with you guys. And I'm gonna cut the video. I'm gonna end the video soon. I just want to let you know like what I plan on doing following of. And I did a slight bit at the beginning, or I tried to. I should have made it longer. Hope you enjoy that bit, but. Well, let me pick these up and hold on. I just wanted to make sure that, like, you guys understand why there's a gold standard for the modern era of action figures, and I'm going into that history. I'm going to touch on that history. And I wanted to start with the beginning. And the reason why that is poetry, because what was the beginning, which was inspiration off of the Toy Biz figures, and that was their beginning. This was Mattel's ending. And Mattel is getting the license back, but this was Mattel's ending of their license from 2003 to 2018. And this was Toy Biz's beginning in 89. It's kind of a historic moment when you think about it. Like, and it's also poetry that they were paying tribute to a fellow company that they were also competing against in the early 2000s. So it's kind of like, you know, it's interesting. It's like they were paying homage to that, and I like that. Anyways, subscribe if you're new to the channel, like, comment below, leave post notifications on because you'll never know when I upload. I hope I can make more action figure videos like this for you. We're going to talk more about Toy Biz, don't worry. The next video won't be a Batman video though, but, well, he'll be in it because I have a reason to bring him up. But maybe he'll be in it. But I wanna just capture on why Toy Biz set the gold standard for modern figures and why we have what we have today. Anyways, subscribe if you're new to the channel, like, comment below, leave post notification on because you'll never know when I upload. And I'll talk to you guys another time.